For decades, the world has been held captive by a single geographic reality, the Strait of Hormuz. As we have seen in our previous episodes, this narrow strip of water is the throat of the global energy market. If that throat is squeezed, the world gasps for air. But what if there was another way? What if the oil-rich nations of the Middle East could bypass this dangerous choke point entirely? Today, we explore the billion-dollar pipelines, the hidden desert routes, and the massive engineering dreams that aim to break the monopoly of the Strait of Hormuz. The search for an alternative is not just about convenience, it is about survival. For countries like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, relying solely on Hormuz is a massive strategic risk. If Iran decides to close the strait, or if a naval war breaks out, their primary source of income disappears overnight. This fear has led to the creation of some of the most expensive infrastructure projects in human history. Let's start with Saudi Arabia's massive East-West pipeline. Stretching over 200 kilometers across the vast Arabian desert, this super pipeline connects the oil fields in the east directly to the Red Sea port of Yanbu in the west. By pumping oil across the width of the country, Saudi Arabia can load tankers in the Red Sea, completely avoiding the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. Currently, this pipeline can move about 5 million barrels a day. However, there is a catch. While 5 million barrels is a lot, it is only a fraction of what Saudi Arabia actually produces. Even with this massive pipe, the kingdom still needs the Strait of Hormuz to reach its full export potential. Next, we look at the United Arab Emirates. The UAE realized early on that they were too vulnerable. Their solution? The Habshan-Fujairah pipeline. Yet this 370-kilometer-long steel artery cuts through the rugged Hajar Mountains. It allows the UAE to transport oil from its inland fields directly to the port of Fujairah, which sits safely outside the strait, on the Gulf of Oman. Fujairah has now become one of the largest oil storage hubs in the world. It is a strategic fortress, designed to keep the oil flowing even if the strait is blocked by mines or warships. But pipelines are not the only solution being discussed. There is a much more ambitious and controversial idea: the Salwa Canal. This was a proposed project by Saudi Arabia to dig a massive canal along its border with Qatar. While its primary goal was political, many strategists saw it as a potential step toward creating new maritime routes. However, digging a canal wide and deep enough for a VLCC, a very large crude carrier, is an engineering challenge that would cost hundreds of billions of dollars. For now, it remains a dream on paper. Then, there is the International North-South Transport Corridor, or INSTC. This is a multi-mode network of ship, rail, and road routes connecting India to Russia. While it doesn't replace the oil tankers, it creates a trade route that bypasses much of the traditional maritime choke points. Interestingly, Iran itself is a key part of this route. This shows the complex irony of geography, where a country that threatens to close one route is building another to stay connected to the world. Despite all these pipelines and alternative paths, a hard truth remains. The world cannot fully bypass the Strait of Hormuz yet. If you combine every single operational pipeline in the Middle East, they can only handle about 40 to 50% of the oil that currently flows through the strait. Furthermore, pipelines are mostly for oil. What about liquefied natural gas? LNG is much harder to transport via long-distance pipes across deserts. Qatar, the world's leading gas exporter, has almost no way to get its gas out to the world without sending ships through Hormuz. This means that for the foreseeable future, the global economy remains tethered to this 21-mile-wide passage. The pipelines are like insurance policies. They help reduce the pain of a closure, but they cannot prevent the crisis. As long as the world's machines run on fossil fuels, and as long as those fuels are trapped in the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz will remain the most important and most dangerous piece of water on our map. In our next series, we leave the desert heat behind and head to the freezing waters of the north. We will explore the Malacca Strait, the gateway to the east, and why China is terrified of what might happen there. Stay tuned as we continue to map the arteries of our planet.